Briggs and Stratton ZZ update on the restoration. See, I brought all the parts of the ZZ now into the workshop. So we're having a little bit of a trial sort of look of the shades of red to make sure they're all matching, and they do appear to be pretty good matches on everything. So we've trial fitted the breather tube out of the crankcase, also the cylinder head, just resting on there at the moment, just looking to see what it looks like, and also the starting mechanism on the cowling. Just painted a few more bits, painted all the head bolts. They've had their first coat of red now, and I've also painted the black plate that surrounds the flywheel, stops you from being able to put your hands in the back of the flywheel. So this is the best one out of the two, and also the one for this engine. The other one is a bit bent up, and also where it's been knocked at the back to get the flywheel off, it's also started to wear through. So yeah, we've taken that one off. So we're not going to use that one, but we are going to use the other one. The other one's got directing for the fins here, which slides into one of these fins on the engine. So yeah, about the last thing I've got to buy for it, I think, now is just an exhaust. I think that's the last thing I've got to buy. In here is all the gaskets for the engine. Well, gasket paper anyway, to make gaskets out of. Also got the air filter up there, that's all assembled now. Paint match is nice on that as well. Yeah, that's about it really. We've got other things up here that need another coat of paint. This needs another coat of paint. All the black bits are done. That's all done. That could actually probably go back on the engine. Probably will do. I'll probably check the valve clearances before I put that back on. But yeah, that's what we're up to on the ZZ at the moment. Painting nuts, bolts, things like that. A couple for the petrol tank, mounting bracket up here. Yeah, so we're getting fairly close to the point where we can start to reassemble. Just the sump needs another coat, the block needs another coat, the cylinder head needs another coat, and the front cowling needs another coat, and the head bolts and the other side of this needs to be done, and that needs another coat before we can start to get to the stage where we're assembling parts. Haven't been doing much work on the Briggs and Stratton ZZ at the moment, but I have been looking at making a trolley for it, and been looking at some wood, certain sizes that I could get for it, stuff like that. Looking at designing the trolley as well, and I think I've come up with a design that I would use. It's going to be pretty narrow, basically nearly, well, just as wide as, so the bits of wood are going to come across here and across here for it to bolt to, and the engine's going to be bolted so the wheels are in line with the flywheel. And I'm going to use wood like this, obviously not this bit, it's just an offcut, but I'm going to use this. So I think this is 3 inches by 3 inches, I think. Yeah, I think it's just a 3 by 3 bit of fence post. I can get some of this from the local boot sale pretty cheap, cheaper than I can get any other lumps of wood. So I'm going to use this, and I have actually started to look at it out, so the bolt will go all the way through it, which is good. I sort of need it to go all the way through, otherwise I won't be able to fold it on the other end, but it definitely does. These are the bolts that I'm using here. These are M10 by 100, and as you can see they come through the bottom of the wood quite a good distance, so add the engine will be about there. It's enough room to get a washer on the bottom and the nut. So I've got a few packs of those, and then a few packs of, then a pack of loads of M10 washers to go with the M10 bolts. There's not a great lot more to do to the ZZ in terms of painting. It's just really another coat of red that I need to do, then cutting gaskets, just going around with a craft knife and scraping the paint off the gasket surfaces. You see here I've got a run on the gasket surface there that needs to be scraped off, but that shouldn't be too bad. One thing I'm looking into at the moment is a new oil seal, because this one is completely and utterly shot, and so is the one on the other ignition backplate. So I'm going to look to see if I can get the one out of the spare one for now, just to see how it comes out. And then I sent an email to a few people, see if I can find out which oil seal I need for the engine, because that looks shot and I don't want it to leak any oil, so I may as well get a new oil seal for it. But yeah, it's coming on alright. Hopefully I can get the wood on Sunday, and then we can spend a bit of time painting, and then just finishing up a few other little bits then. Yep, but that's basically what's going on with the ZZ at the moment. This is a test that I was told to do with the Briggs and Stratton ZZ, and basically it's the ignition backplate turned backwards, and when I try and put this over the shaft there should be some resistance, because the oil seal should provide some resistance. I mean, and I don't really think that's any resistance there, to be brutally honest. And taking the ring out of the spare, and this is what is behind it. I haven't looked at a Briggs and Stratton ZZ before, but I would certainly say there's a lack of any sort of oil seal there at all. I'll get some pictures of those. And